Hope you creeps got receipts. My peeps get dirty like cleats. Run up in your crib, wrap you in your polo sheets. Six up in your piece in the deceased. Wow, may you rest in peace. That's a lot of hissing right there, man. Man. Preach to the gods and the goddesses, man. About to do a quick little strain. Shout out to the Cash App. Hold on for a second. Peace to the souls ascending up out of the matrix. Shout out to the Cash App supporters for sending in those donations. Y'all already know who y'all are. Shout out to the Cash App yes. I know there's always something going down up in this matrix, man. But we going up. Said the hell with up. We going beyond, because beyond is, I'm gonna speak the language, above polarities. Beyond is above down, and it's above up. It's beyond left and right. We going beyond. So we ain't going up. You know what I mean? We going beyond. Wherever we at, we beyond. Straight up. Oh, let me see something real quick, man. There's always some chaotic energy stirring around in this diabolical realm that we're in, man. Always some BS going on, man. Moving through the valley, the shadows of death. Yo, I was doing a little scanning. You know, I'm always scanning. Hold on for a second. What the hell? Hold on for a second, man. I was doing a little bit of scanning, so I started doing some scans. I'm like, yo, screen in this valley of death theme that they got going along. Hold up for a second, man. What the freak is this? Screening this, what they talking about when they like you walking through the valley in the shadows of death. And I started analyzing this. And I started doing some screens. And I'm like, yo, hold on for a second. Yeah, I'm trying to see something real quick. Uno momento, uno momento. I'll chop it up in the chat. Chop it up in the chat. The hell? Yeah, walking through the valley in the shadow of death, man. I started screening that because we've been told, and you could look at it like that. Moving through this physical realm, and you moving through the dead. That's one way you could look at it. But you got to know that a lot of these, I ain't gonna say a lot of these, all of these damn themes or these terms and like these sayings, that all came from us. Even though the beast took a lot of it and started remixing it, a lot of it came from us. And because it came from us, it's spoken pictures. When we speak, like, this is something that the humans cloned from us. But when we speak, people normally see images when we speak because we speak pictures. You know what I'm saying? We have the ability to speak pictures. So, we always stated that pictures worth 1,000 words. So it was like if we speak in multiple pictures and we describing certain things, it has multiple meanings. You know what I'm saying? Because normally when we bringing things down here, I ain't even gonna say normally. When we bringing things down here, that's coming from the overseers. The overseers is sending that down to us. So because it's coming from beings who have that etheric vision, that omni vision that has the ability to see all dimensions. You know what I'm saying? But even when it's getting beamed down to us, it's like getting filtered down. It's getting diluted. So even though when we speak it, you know what I'm saying, that's why we could say things to a group of us, and you would have people that hear it. They would each pick up different meanings of it. Not beliefs. They will pick up different meanings of it because you have some of us that's here that has a keen sense that's able to tap in to different realms that some of us can't tap into. You know what I'm saying? So when they hear certain messages, you got certain people that would hear it, would pick up like pieces of a puzzle. And then when they combine what everybody heard, it'd be a big picture, which would be like a makeup of multi dimensions. You know what I'm saying? So when they talking about moving through the valley in the shadow of death, we like, yeah, you're moving through hell because that's valley of the shadow of death. But you can also include moving through this bloodline of death. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing some screens about some people that's up in my family, son. And I'm like, yo, you got some damn demons in this motherfucking bloodline, son. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be sitting up here and fronting like everybody in my freaking family got halos over their damn head. You know what I mean? You got some damn demons in my family, son. And I'm like, yo, what if that moving through the valley in the shadow of death also have to do with you having to come through a corrupt bloodline just to make it to the other mother freaking side, son? You know what I mean? And it makes sense, son. It makes sense. Because sometimes you got to take a effed up route to make it to a higher level, son. You know what I'm saying? You know how this matrix is, man. But sometimes you got people, like you got people who once had a foul ass lifestyle, son. Whether they was out there pimping chicks, selling drugs, busting their gun, scamming, you know what I'm saying, just violating. You have people out there that was doing a whole bunch of foul ish. And then it came a point in time in their life when it was like, yo, it's like they came back online. You know what I mean? They was offline doing all this foul ish, and then they came back online, and it was like, yo, so I ain't even gonna be messing with it. It could have been a crazy event that happened in their life, son, or they probably just snapped out of it. A lot of the times, it's some crazy ish that happens, son. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, in order for them to come back online, snap out of it, they had to go through that effed up ass lifestyle, selling drugs, pimping the chicks, poisoning people, you know what I'm saying, pushing heroin, crack in the hood. They had to go through all that foul ish, getting beat up, getting robbed, guns bust at them car accidents, you know what I'm saying, getting jumped in clubs, beat over the head with baseball bats, whatever it is, man. You know what I'm saying? They had to go through all that foul ish in order to come back online, son. It's like when they was moving through the foul ish, they was like a freaking demonic pinata. You know what I'm saying? You know how they got these pinatas at these little kids' birthday party when they blindfold the damn kid and they just spin the kid around in an all bars and just be like, yo, just swing the bat. Just hit the all bar. Just hit the damn pinata. That's like what the guard race was when they was, well, for those who's running around on that all bars frequency, it's like they just a damn demonic pinata. Meaning it's like they an open punching bag for all these demons out here, son. They open punching bag, son. You know what I'm saying? Giving all the sweets, all the soul power to the damn demons, so they keep hitting them, hitting them, hitting them, hitting them. You know what I mean? Just keep hitting them. So and it comes a point in time when they wake up and they're like, "Yo, son, I ain't even dealing with this no more." So it's kind of foul. Doing all this. They start coming online, and that's because they start uh uh seeing in other realms. In other words, when they running around here doing all like foul ish, they blindfold like that kid. You know what I'm saying? They blindfold like the kid spinning around, you know what I'm saying? Just using feelings to hit the pinata. So they blindfold out here, just running around, just being manipulated off the polarity, son. Then there comes a point in time when they just get online, and then they start seeing the bigger picture. It's like they could see a little bit more, and they're like, yo, so I'm doing this, it's like this is gonna happen, I'm seeing this person gonna be effed up, I'm doing it. And then they start changing, and it's like, that's an example of souls actually having, because if you really think about it, you got sisters out there who was doing all kinds of drugs, selling a twat, doing heroin, crack, coke, you know what I'm saying, all ice, all kind of weird ass drugs before this lean and all this other stuff hit. A bunch of sisters, you know what I'm saying, was doing, and a lot of these damn demon guys was influencing them to do that, son. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these guys set these girls up for failure, man. Because a lot of these girls put a lot of trust in these guys, and these guys, because you know the man is naturally supposed to be the protector, and the woman is naturally going to follow a man. So you know the man be all up in them drug activities, and then you know the woman she gonna follow. You know what I mean? Because it's in her codes to follow the man. But sometimes you gotta override that damn code. You know what I mean? But you see the sisters doing all these drugs, and then it's like they would have all these babies, and these babies would be all effed up in the game, son. They be in the incubator with tubes all in their body. They can't breathe, coming out premature. You know, heroin babies, crack babies, alcoholic babies, ice babies, coke babies. All these babies coming out of these polluted vaginas. You know what I mean? But if you look at it on a bigger scale, it'd be like that woman had to go through that in order to get that soul that was stuck in that lunar dimension, and in order for that soul to fuse with that body and come through as a crack baby, son. You know what I mean? It's like it's like it's like the god and the goddess just reaching down into a freaking effed up realm. And they like, yo, I know if I extend my damn assistance in this realm, I'ma be effed up. You know what I'm saying? I'ma be effed up if I go through this realm right here, son. I'ma get cuts and bruises. I'm walking through the thorn bush. I'ma get my ass beat. You know what I'm saying? But the bigger picture is we need, or we gotta get that damn soul that's down there, because we need that soul 200 years down the timeline. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta deal with this right now, son. You know what I mean? So it's like those are like examples of moving through the valley in the shadow of death, son. You know what I mean? Because you got all these moving through, you know, reaching in these deep dimensions, or you having to take effed up paths in life. That's a shadow of death. Because you think about these sisters out here who be sliding up and down poles. A lot of them got raped, molested. They was raised in effed up ass households. You know what I'm saying? So they seek some kind of refuge in that strip of society, son. They actually feel at home. They never felt the feeling of what it is to be loved or whatever, or appreciated. So they found something, even though it's false, but they found something that gives them a feeling of being appreciated. They strip, they see the guys go crazy, so it makes them feel special. It makes them feel like they are a part of a family, because they never had the family when they was growing up. You know what I'm saying? So when they moving through that path, everything that they see, the guys tipping, the girls doing coke in the damn locker rooms, they drinking all kind of liquor, mixing all kind of drugs, doing all these crazy orgies. You got some of the girls getting diseases. You know what I'm saying? When they seeing all of that, that's all shadows of death. Everything that they seeing is a shadow of death. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a reflection of life. You know what I'm saying? A reflection of life ain't no damn shadow, son. You know what I'm saying? So it was like they seeing all these different shadows of death, all these different lunatistical activities that's being exercised around them. And they moving through that realm. You know what I'm saying? But in order for them to get to where they need to be, they gotta move through that realm. So it was like, even when you coming through certain families, like I stated before in past videos, man, yo, this is something that my mom would say to me, because, you know, she was, what we was talking about? She was talking about something. She was asking me to do something, and I'm like, yo, mom, man, I ain't got no time. And she was like, yo, I'm your mother. You should make time. I was like, yo, mom, you know how much mothers I had? I'm like, you ain't the only, she ain't gonna understand that, but I put it out there. I'm like, yo, mom, you know how much mothers I had? I'm like, the reality is, you're not my real mother. That's realistically speaking, you're not my real mother because I done came through so many women's womb and they was my mother in past lives and in future womb transitions. I'm gonna be moving through more women's womb and they're gonna be mothers. So it's like mother is not so much like the way how they play mothers and fathers down here is so simulated. It's so fake. So freaking fake. When you start tapping into the higher realms and you start realizing that that whole mother, like the mother is basically like a guardian. I done spoke about this before when I was talking about parents. Check them archives. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a guardian. It's a vehicle that you came through. You know what I'm saying? You hear these people talk all the time about reincarnation, but yet these are the same ones who tell you you only get one mother. Really? You know how many mothers and fathers you had, man? That's why I stated before, man. This whole simulation that they got going on down here, we be running these matrix codes. They got a mind over your head. You got to go beyond the mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I stated before, when this guy Nia was on the damn building, and he was about to do the jump. You know what I'm saying? Make jump meaning go beyond the mind. He was about to do the jump. Morpheus was like, "Free your mind, Neo." But from the moment he said free your mind, Neo was already exemplifying mind simulations. What he was doing, he was hyping himself up, trying to psych himself out. That's a mind simulation. He actually assumed he was really on the building. He still didn't free his mind. He actually thought he was really jumping. You still didn't free your mind. So your mind is still showing you all of these things that you assume is real, but it's not. So he was never meant to make the jump because humans cannot jump. That's why they came out with the movie White Man Can't Jump. They try to make it seem like it got to do with a basketball. No, that's all symbolism. As I stated before, these Masons use objects to tell stories. The basketball symbolizes the sun. The rim symbolizes the portal. You know what I mean? The white man would never be able to jump through the portal. You know what I'm saying? Artificial energy is not allowed in the etheric realms. It cannot exist. It would never exist. The closer artificial energy move to the etheric realms, or what they call a sun, which is a portal to there, you will begin to start seeing them deteriorate. Why? Because they are being erased. The sunlight doesn't kill humans, it erases them. Something I spoke about before when they talking about these people going, humans be out in the sun and they getting skin cancer and they start getting these blisters on their skin and all that. I don't spoke about that in past videos, talking about those blisters that you see are microscopic or nano explosions, because your cells is nano. Your whole body is trillions of nanocells that's co-joined. They are stacked vertically and horizontally. Co-joint is like a horizontal stacking. You know what I mean? And when you're looking at those blisters, they are nano explosions. It's no different than you taking a damn A bomb and throwing it on Earth. You look at that crater in Earth. If you was to shrink that crater in Earth 100,000 times and look at that image, you would see it looked just like a blister. You know what I'm saying? So these blisters are microscopic explosions that's taking place because the melanin, the cell, is exploding because it cannot absorb real energy. It could absorb it, but to a degree. It gets overloaded and then it blows up. And then they call that blisters, which have to do with the nano mesh being separated. You know what I mean? It's being separated. So They use the oil sheen. I already spoke about that oil sheen all block. You know, the artificial coolant. You know what I'm saying? That to offset the heat, offset the energy. You know what I'm saying? But the closer they move or they get to the sun, they are being erased. You know, it's like when you're looking at certain movies, and it's like, you ever see certain movies out there, like when they got something and they showing it to you, and it's like an illusion, and then when they shine a certain light on the illusion, you see the illusion just disappear immediately. You know what I'm saying? That's like what it is, son. When the light get closer to the humans, they'll show you. It'll be revealed to you that they are an illusion. It's not, the sun is not necessarily killing them. It's erasing them, because the reality is they not alive. They not even real. They not even really living, son. They simulating, son. Everything they do is a simulation. They not really living, so therefore they can't really die. You know what I'm saying? But we speak the language, yeah, you know, death and all that. You know, we play along with these little ceremonies and these little rituals and all that. But realistically speaking, man, they being erased. They being erased. You know what I mean? By the real light, the real energy, the sunlight. But you know how the Matrix do. They always try to, they always try to put their own little spin on it to dumb the guard rays down. But yeah. But yeah, so you're looking at all these different shadows when you're moving through, coming through certain blood, dealing with coming through certain bloodlines and all that. You know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of mamas. Even these spiritual people that talk about, well, if you want to get your palm read, or if you want to read, and you get at me and I could tell you who you was in your past life. Okay, so if you could tell me who I was in the past life, and that's actually a reality, you know what I'm saying, that you do have a past life, meaning that you was in a physical body that differs from this. I hope you understand that. You were still here in Earth. You know what I'm saying? You probably existed in the damn 1800s, 1900s. We could tell you who you was in your past life. Okay, so if you could tell me who I was in my past life, does that mean that this mother that I have right here is a mother who was there back then? You know what I'm saying? Hell no, it ain't. Okay, then, so you don't only get one mother. That's an illusion, like Jesus Christ. You came through many mothers and many fathers. That's why they talk about the four mothers, or should I say the four fathers, but they never really talk about the four mothers. They always talk about our four fathers. What about the freaking mothers? You know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking about four, I'm not talking about a numerical value known as four. I'm talking about the future four. Like four is an FORE, like your forehead. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the four fathers and the four mothers. You got future mothers and future fathers that you're gonna come through. But that's all dependent on how you live your life now. As our ascendants said, not our ancestors. The way you live your life now will determine how you live your life in the next life. So if you dealing with all that damn drugs and all that stuff and all that bad food, you might not even be able to come through a bloodline, son. Because you see how it's happening. You see what's going on right now. You got a lot of members of the God race that's cleaning up their diet. The bridge is closing for you low frequency souls. You have a lot of sisters out there that's realizing that a lot of these guys out here just want punani and checks. And they keeping their legs crossed like crucifix. So y'all ain't going to be able to come through the womb. Y'all going to be trapped in the spirit world where y'all belong. Because you got to know that we used to run the spirit world in the sense that we used to keep certain souls trapped there that was vibrating on that demonic ass frequency, son. We used to keep them trapped there. You know what I mean? Keep them trapped in that realm. We never allowed them to come over to this side because a lot of them is corrupt. They need to be in that space quarantine under the low light, which is like a damn arm. In some cases, it's like a freaking respirator, son. Giving them that low light till they raise up. That low moonlight over there. Till they raise their vibe up. You know what I mean? But you see what it is right now, you know. The beast controlling all four gates, north, south, east, west. You got all these weirdos coming into this realm, man on man without the defense. You know what I'm saying? Strapping dildos on, pumping the fur burger. It's crazy out here, man. You know what I mean? These chicks go shopping for men in the electronics store. Get up in the morning and say, I'm gonna go buy a man today. They go in there and get their remote control dildos. You know what I'm saying? And they vibrators. And they freak off like that. You know what I mean? They are the ones who don't have what it takes to see the man for what a man really is. They look at a man as a flesh satisfier. It's like you got some of these guys out here who see girls as nothing but flesh satisfiers. Only want to summon them when it's time to please the flesh. When the flesh is pleased, and it ain't never going to be pleased, but when the flesh is pleased, you're dismissed. Go back doing whatever it was you was doing. Let me be. You know what I mean? But those are all shadows of death. You're moving through the damn valley in the shadow of death, coming through certain family bloodlines. It's moving through a valley in the shadow of death, son. There's a lot of fake ass family members out here, son. You know? Because a lot of them ain't even really your family, son. There's a lot of clones in members of the God race family, son. A lot of clones, son. A lot of clones, son. Clones, man. You know what I'm saying? In your immediate family, in your immediate circle, son. You know what I mean? A lot of clones, man. We moving through the valley, son. Straight up. But yo, this is something that's necessary to get to the realm of the real. You know what I mean? This is what we got to do to get to the realm of the real, B. We got to move through the dead. Straight up. We got to walk on the damn heads of the clones. How the Illuminati got that damn pyramid made out of bones. You know what I mean? We got to climb on that damn pyramid. So we got to step on the ribs, step on toes, step on elbows, step on skulls. Straight chase. See what's going on in the chat. You know what I mean? So, you know, and a lot of things that people don't realize, man, these people assume that, because you know, a lot of the terms that people heard, they assume that it came from the Bible. Just think, soul vibrate on this. The hell with thinking. Let your soul vibrate on this for a second. How in the hell can anything come from the Bible? Think about, soul vibrate on that question for a second. How can anything come from the Bible when language was created before the Bible? People act as though as if the English language or whatever language they read. They say the damn Bible was written in Hebrew. They act as though as if the Hebrew language came out of the Bible, as if the Bible created the Hebrew language. Like somebody was walking down the damn desert one day and just saw a book, and then they just opened it up, and then the Hebrew language was there. Like that's the first time the Hebrew language, as soon as they opened the page, they got introduced to the Hebrew language, and that's the inception of the Hebrew language. Notice that the Bible don't even have all of the words that exist in the Hebrew language. But we gonna keep it modern English language. Note that the damn Bible don't have all the words that exist in the English language, but yet these people act as though as if these words came from the Bible. The word Bible didn't even come from the Bible. The word holy didn't come from the Bible. Those words existed way before the thought of creating the Bible came into fruition, man. Come on. This is something that we all should know, man. So, but they programmed us to see the book as the inception. How they did that with Genesis. Telling you Genesis is in the beginning. So now you see the book as the source of creation. The word creation existed before the book. You know what I'm saying? People go to the book. Yo, that's how you know they under the spell hard body. People go to the book to find out how Earth or these stories was created. But yet, Earth and these stories existed before the book. You don't see how backwards they got people spinning, son? You go into a substance that was created after what you are trying to find out, which was created. In other words, you go to the book to try to find out where you came from, but you existed before the book. What kind of madness is that, son? You go to the book to find out how the hell the universe was created, but yet the universe existed way before the book. You go to the goddamn beast to find out anything, but yet you existed before the beast. Y'all backwards, man. Y'all moving on a counterclockwise time frame, son. You going to Johnny come latelys to find out things when the Johnny come latelys wasn't even in existence. That'd be like me going and ask my little man, yo little man, how the Twin Towers was built. Little man look at me like, what? I'm like, yo, dad, man. I wasn't here in this physical body, man, when the buildings was being built, bro. You need to scroll back. You know what I mean? Like, yo, people, that's how you know these people are offline. You offline because when you trying to seek things on how things was created in time, the way how you seek sequence is out of sync. You're not even seeking a sequence that's in sync. You seeking something that came way after and thinking, or should I say, assuming that you're going to find the link that's going to connect you to the inception of whatever it is that you're seeking. You all out of sync, man. You like Neo on the roof doing your little GBGBs with your damn fingers. You know what I'm saying? Twirling your fur back on your head. Woo, trying to psych yourself out. Gotta make the jump. Motherfucker, we was jumping way before a cube even manifested in this damn realm. We've been jumping without legs. In fact, the way how we really jump. We don't use legs. You know what I mean? When you jump and they telling you that you fall, that's invisible chains. That's on your damn ankles that you can't see that they call gravity. Every time you jump in the air and you fall, that's the invisible chains pulling your ass back down to the ground, known as gravity. Anti-solar energy. That's what gravity is. Anti-solar energy. It goes against the flight. You know what I mean? It's the prison field. Straight up. But shadows moving through the valley of death. You know what I'm saying? So when they hear, walk through the valley in the shadow of death, immediately somebody gonna be like, yo, he talking about that Bible verse. Man, that existed way before the Bible. That existed before the plants that they call the papyrus plant was even created, so they could shapeshift it into the Bible paper. It existed way before the printing press. Y'all late. Y'all way off beat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these like phrases like that is like roadmaps. It's like roadmaps that was left here by our solar allies who made it out. It's like when you're looking at these damn, you could always use these movies as a reference, man. Because they like how Earth dream. Some of these movies is like dreams of Earth, but it's like you're looking at a movie and some people could get trapped in this weird dimension. Or they could get trapped in a building or a damn cave or whatever. They could get trapped in some place. And then they would begin to start finding things in the cave or in the place where they at. And they will be like, yo, I thought we was the only ones in here, but it's obvious somebody else was here because that's here. And it looks like it's showing us a way out. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it's showing us a way out, man. Maybe we need to follow and, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to start thinking about what the hell is really being said and stop feeling about what's being said, son. Because, it's like a trail that's telling you how to get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? They never said over the temples, believe thyself. Never. You know what I'm saying? But you see all these cats in the coon community talking about believe this, believe that, because they want to keep you in the polarity spell. Because belief is artificial truth, as I stated before. The opposite of a lie is not truth. It's belief. They want to keep you in the frequency of the damn spell. You know what I mean? It said know thyself. In order for you to know, you ain't gonna be calling yourself no black man or no black woman. Because when you calling yourself a black man or a black woman, you still believe. You still don't know how to read. You assume looking at some words, wherever you're looking at it and reading it, you think that's reading. You know how many different levels of reading it is? If you could only read words, and you got to know that when you read something, it doesn't mean that you really comprehend what you're reading. Because there's different levels of scanning. So just because you could read something doesn't mean you understand what you're reading. You know what I'm saying? And there's different levels of reading, which is scanning, because it exists, or your senses have to be able to tap into higher realms so you can get the damn gist of what's being scanned or read. So you're reading these things. You assume you know what it is, but you don't want to accept what makes you feel uncomfortable. Or that ain't what it means because it's making me feel kind of funny. That's exactly what it means. That's why it's making you feel funny. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to come outside the comfortable vibration that you're familiar with of living in the illusion. Straight cheese. Moving through the shadows in the valley of death. Moving through many valleys of the dead with these physical bodies. Coming through a lot of these women's wombs, being birthed into these families of the dead. The damn melanated dead race. The artificial carbonated beings. You know what I mean? Straight up. The artificial carbonated beings. That's who these melanated people are, son. They all clones. Every single last one of them is a damn clone. But they are the shadows of death. And you're moving through that valley because they already know. You see, with them, you can't even really say that it's life and death. But let's just say they want to keep the lights on. They want to be able to keep simulating. Because they know when the souls, and a lot of souls is waking up. They already know when the souls get online. They ain't going to be able to do a damn thing but slowly get erased. The energy going to start kicking up. You're going to start hearing about all these humans passing out and all. Even some of these melanated people going to start passing out. You're going to start hearing about it. Because they being erased. They being erased out the hard drive of the matrix. Known as this quantum computer that we're in. They being erased out of the hard drive. The damn program is being updated. You got to know when, speak the language, when Earth or this planet is evolving, the code is being changed. The whole algorithm that they call mathematics, because mathematics is not what you think mathematics is. They told you mathematics with these numbers have a value. That's an egotistical description of mathematics. Mathematics is quantum algorithms. That's what mathematics is. It's quantum algorithms. You hear them talk about how our so-called ancestors used to read the stars and we was mathematicians. No, we was master programmers. We understood that mathematics is algorithms. It's codes, programs. You know what I mean? And a lot of these cats, they being erased out the hard drive of Earth because a computer planet is being upgraded. Don't be surprised if they start talking about some new kind of mathematics. They call it something completely different. You know what I mean? They start using different codes and sequences to program the mathematics, these algorithms. What you think is math 1 + 1 is 2. Man, please. That's an illusion like Jesus Christ. 5 + 5 is 10. Man, those are programs, man. Those are all algorithms, man. Algorithms. You know what I mean? But when you're moving through the valley, the shadow of death, you see numbers as value. Why? Because you're vibrating off the ego. Polarities. Value is polarities. Oh, let me get this $10, $20, $30, $40. Yo, let me get 9 slices of pizza. Notice that your pizza looks like a damn pyramid. Why is your pizza circle cut in 8 slices, octagon, and you eat pyramids? Why are you eating pyramids? Why is your pizza shaped like a pyramid? Why does pizza have 2 Z's in it? They always been telling you what it is. You know what I mean? Why does your pizza come in a box, a cube? circle, a cube, circle, pyramid. Square, circle, pyramid. Somebody been programming. Why your food look like shapes? Nobody want to ask these questions? Why your freaking food look like a shape? You don't see how you been eating algorithms, man? How you in this quantum computer, man, and these people just been framing and reframing you, telling you that sin came from the Bible. Really? Sin came from the Bible? Telling you that the devil came from the Bible, God came from the Bible, Jesus came from the Bible, John, Pope, Paul, Luke came from the Bible, Jerusalem came from the Bible. They telling you all these things came from the Bible. Man, these Masons been having a field day on these mother dudders. But then again, moving through the valley in the shadow of death, shadows, shadows, shadows. That's why they call those people the occults, because they move in shadows, shadows, shadows. You know what I mean? But yo, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Straight up. You want on the chat? What up, son? Hey, yo, Peace, Love, Wholeness, Ether Network. Yo, you better follow me back on the gram, yo. I was checking out your page the other day, and I see you ain't got no followers. I was like, what? I mean, not no followers. You ain't following nobody. I was like, yo, what the freak going on over here, cuz? I'm like, girl, you better follow me back. Straight chase. Shout out to the goddess, man. Any goddesses in the chat, man, y'all can holler at Peace, Love, Wholeness, Ether Network. She does her own clothes. You guys can holler too. You know what I mean? Only the real ones gonna holler. Y'all clones, y'all just gonna, y'all already know how y'all clones do. Y'all being erased. Y'all being erased by the ether rays. Ether rays is erasing y'all up out of here, son. Straight cheese. But yo, man, I'm about to raise up out of here, man. You already know what it is. Raise the vibe, raise the vibe. None of these words, terms, and conditions came from the Bible. Genesis ain't even come from the damn Bible. We ain't talking about some damn serpent, some tree, some Adam and Eve, some apple. That ain't come from no Bible. The damn paper that's in the Bible ain't come from the Bible. The damn word Bible ain't even come from the Bible. Holy ain't come from the Bible. None of that came from the Bible. All of that existed way before the Bible. No language came from the Bible. All of that was encased in the cube. It's like your pizza. That's like you opening your damn pizza box and saying the pizza came from the box. Wow, this pizza came from the box. No, it didn't, you idiot. It was placed in the box. The pizza existed before the box. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But yo, I'm up out of here, man. Raise the vibe.